When I say take care of, it's more like, and I don't mean in a sexual way or anything like that, but like a spousal way. Like listening to him as if I'm his spouse. You know, talking to me about his finances and about things going on with Courtney, my sister, and not that he can't talk to me about things like that. I think that's 100% fine. It's just he takes it to a level of, I'm his companion, you know, like I'm his spouse, and it's like, I have that with someone else. I can't take another one on, you know.
Right.
So it's just, it's been that way since I've been like 5, you know, because he wasn't married for years. And I was that go-to person he'd talk to, and it's fine in a sense, but there's boundaries on your kid, you know, so.
Sounds like he's never quite mastered that father role, and he's continued to blur that boundary of father-daughter.
Definitely, yeah.
It's got to be tough for you.
It is, it has been. And I'm liking spreading my wings and getting married, and I just feel like maybe this will cause some more space, hopefully.
More space, what do you mean?
I mean, just, you know, I have my man now. I don't, you know, I got my own life going. You have your life going. I'm not under you anymore, you know. I'm like, I don't have to come under him like a daughter, and like I have to listen to him and sit there and feel guilty. Like I'm trying to come out of that as, you know, I'm 23 and I'm able to manage my life. Well, why can't you manage yours? You know, I'm kind of coming into that, hoping being married it will cause some more distance, if that makes sense.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
This new role in your life, when you're cohabitating with your soon-to-be husband and coming into that marriage role, it's a new role in your life completely, and so you're hoping that he identifies with this new role and maybe creates a different kind of role with you between the father and daughter.
Yeah. He has a girlfriend. He's had for about 2 years now, and I was thinking to myself, wow, great, you're going off good. And he's still kind of touched a little bit bases with still keeping our relationship kind of, but it's distant some. So I'm wondering if now, because I'm going off, if it will even stretch more, hopefully.
And this is what you're hoping for.
Yeah, hoping. Yeah, so we'll see.
Okay, well, you mentioned also not wanting to be like your father. When you came in, you said that what brought you here was frustration that you get sometimes, and then how you don't want to be like your father, and that reminds you of him.
Yeah. Yeah, it does remind me of him. It does, and I'm a lot like I could see some of his attributes in myself, and it disgusts me really. Like I get disgusted with treating my fiance bad, and then realizing that sounded just like my dad coming out of my mouth. And I'm not talking so much about like, oh, this is what's going on in my life and what we were just talking about. I'm talking about when he was harsh when I was little and
discuss you when you recognize that in yourself. When you find yourself, you talk about those feelings of frustration and irritability, do you see that coming out when you talk to your father, or is it only with other people?
Well, what do you mean?
You talk about with your boyfriend, and you said it not just with your boyfriend, but although that's where you see it mostly, irritability and frustration. Do you become noticeably irritable and frustrated when you have conversations with your father?
No. Well, yeah. In certain instances, yeah. I become very irritated, especially recently. I do get irritated with him, but those aren't the moments I'm talking about, like how I am with my fiance. My fiance, I'm just irritable sometimes, and I'm like, why were you rude to him? He did nothing wrong, you know? With my dad, it's like, dude, come on, you know, and it's actually legitimate with him. But with my fiance, it's like, I was thinking he wasn't pulling his weight, and he actually was.
So with your father, you feel a justification almost, maybe, in being that way and
I'm mad at my dad, when the moments I'm mad at my dad directly to his face, it's legitimate. Like, for instance, when I was younger, he put $80,000 into a bank account of mine to hide money from the government. And that affected me when I got into college because loans were given to me because it showed I made a lot of money. And so I would get mad at him for that. But that's different than how I would be frustrated, like,
I see.
yeah, if that makes sense.
Yes, that's a big difference. I
Yeah.
understand now.
Yeah.
Thank you for clarifying.
You're welcome. So, no, with my fiance, it'd be like, why am I doing all this? And you're sitting on the couch and taking a break. And it's like, well, babe, because I was digging 6 holes in the backyard and I need to just take a breather, you know? So, poor guy. But yeah, so they're completely different. I see the harshness of, come on, keep going, why aren't you doing this on my time? My dad would do that to me when I was young, so.
You recognize this issue that you want to work on with you. I'm wondering if your boyfriend has ever said anything about it in the midst of it when you do these things.
Yeah.
He notices.
Yeah, he notices, yeah, he's not blindsided that way. He notices and he tells me, and we're open with each other about things we want to work on and stuff, and I've talked to him about it, so. He knows it's a work in progress that I'm at least acknowledging and working towards. I guess I just want to set some goals more for myself on how I can implement them. I think it'd be easier if I had something there to just kind of think about, you know. Just.
I think it's really great that you guys are able to have an open line of communication. I think that's really important for the long-term goal of your marriage in general, and then just to better yourself.
Yeah.
Sounds like you have a really great relationship with your soon-to-be husband.
Yeah, he's awesome. He's great.
Your face lights up when you talk about him. That's good.
That is a good sign, I guess. But
so you want to work on maybe identifying the things that are causing this frustration and these irritable things that maybe you see as a little bit irrational sometimes once you take a step back and look at them?
Yeah, I can definitely identify them afterwards. But I do want to figure out in the moment when I'm so frustrated of how to not let my pride get the best of me, because I'll notice it, but I won't say anything in the moment. And I want to be able to just maybe say something in the moment of, okay, I'm being rude, I recognize it, I need time. Like maybe.
Have you ever tried that?
No. I think I'll just break up, like, I'll just start laughing because I'll be embarrassed because I'm admitting. So, but maybe I should try it.
It might not be a bad idea to give it a try. It might break up those feelings of frustration, anger, if you curb it with laughter. It might be something that would be beneficial.
Yeah, I think maybe I will try that. It'll be something I'll definitely have in my mind to do.
Well, you've given yourself a goal already.
Yeah.
So you're ahead of the therapy process, and you're doing great in your relationship. So, do you have time?
Pretty much 4 minutes.
Yeah?
Around.
Okay. So, I think I asked something similar to this, but I just want a little bit of clarification. You're about to get married. How long have you guys been together before the engagement?
Oh, well, come June, we're getting married in August, we'll do 4 years. And I've known him since high school, so about 8 years I've known him. We've been dating for 4.
A long time.
Yeah, we know each other pretty well.
Yeah. And so, as we were talking about this frustration, irritation that you feel sometimes, has it become more of a problem now with this recent move, or have you always been this way with your boyfriend?
No, I've always had this. I think it was magnified this weekend because I was looking for what the heck is going to go wrong when we're moving into a house together, and I was finding something that wasn't even something. So it definitely was magnified because it went on a couple days.
A couple days?
Not like back to back, but there was moments of where I'd find myself getting irritated and there was no reason to be. But yeah, it's always kind of been
relationships, work-wise?
Oh, no.
No.
No, I'm just pretty much, hi, everybody, in and out, and go about my merry way. No. It's more with people I'm really close to, and growing up, it's been like siblings and mom and stepdad, but it's really even not a problem there. It's just I really seeing it with my fiance. Yeah.
I think that's typical for a lot of relationships to
Yeah.
take it out on the one that you're close to and you spend the most time
Mhm.
around, because they can tend to be the ones that are around most to get on your nerves the
Yeah.
most. I think what you're experiencing is normal. And like I mentioned before, I commend you on being able to recognize this in yourself. A lot of people can't. And it goes, it's an ongoing problem in their life, but you recognize it.
Mhm.
So you've got a great start in order to change this problem.
Thank you. That's encouraging.
Good. You
Thanks.
should be encouraged.
Mhm.
Like I said, it's a lot of strength, so I commend you. I really do. So does your boyfriend ever have irritation? Does he ever reciprocate and have those kind of irritating things towards you?
He's completely opposite that way. He's more chill. He's a chill-bodied person, go with the flow, and I'm more things gotta get done. And that's when I get stressed for the things that get done. And if he sometimes will get irritated with me back if I'm treating him a certain way, but most of the time he's pretty just chill. He doesn't really lash out when I do it. Later he'll talk about it, but not really in the moment.
Something I'm wondering about, and tell me if I'm wrong, because it could be, you really value your relationship. Obviously, you're marrying this man, and he seems to make you very happy. And you mentioned him being completely opposite of your father. And I just wonder if there's any ever thoughts of you being worried about your relationship with your husband turning into something that, like you have with your father, or your mother had with your father.
No, I'm
That's
not
all right.
worried that way. No, I'm not worried that way. I'm just in this one area as far as I think it's impatientness that I am most seeing of myself in my dad and me. I'm not worried about our relationship being like my mom and his at all. But I am wanting to correct that impatientness and just more realize, hey, it's all good.
Okay. Well, is there any other goals or anything that you see yourself wanting to work towards?
Not at this moment. I think that's the main one that just kind of stood out to me this past weekend that I just kind of wanted to bring in discuss. And I think I'm going to really try to break it up in the moment that it happens. And,
I think that'll make it fun and interesting.
Yeah.
Definitely, let me know next week how
I
that
will.
works for you. If
I
it
will.
works, if it doesn't, we can definitely spend our next session talking about other goals and other ways to achieve this goal that you have.
Yeah.
So, well, I wanted to just recap pretty much what you told me today.
Yeah.
You told me about a very busy lifestyle that you've got right now. You've got grad school, you've got the new move, you've recently got engaged in December, so you're looking forward to a wedding. I'm sure all that planning is a lot to do for you, not to mention with all your other activities.
Yeah.
So yeah, it sounds like a lot, and you're managing it well. So again, congratulations on being able to handle and juggle all that together. You did mention though your father and a little bit of a strain of relationship it's always been there, and it's still there now, but it doesn't seem to be impacting your life too much at the moment. But you do have some, maybe an issue with irritation and bothersome with your fiance on issues that you don't really think that you should be irritated with.
Yes.
Yes, okay. So, well, that sounds like something that we can definitely work on. Does that sound what you want to work towards?
Yeah, that sounds great.
Okay. Well, thank you, Brittany, so much for coming.